Part 9. Starting high school. Move out of my grandmother's house into a new place. With the new place comes my older brother moving in with us. In moves the golden child. All's fine and dandy for a while. He has minimal responsibility. I'm focused on school. My grandmother and my friend's grandmother take turns in taking me and my friend to and from school. So it doesn't fall to my brother. I think my brother is helping take the little brother to and from daycare. Something along those lines. Don't entirely remember whose responsibility it is. Doesn't really become important till I start driving. I don't do any sports in high school. Mainly because I'm tired of getting injured at this point. 6th grade, I broke my ankle playing basketball. I didn't do anything to my knees to actually need to go to a doctor, but beat them up pretty badly in volleyball. Nearly broke my nose in basketball. Riding my bike to and from my friend's house. I didn't hit anything, but somehow managed to bend my front rim in half and sprain both my ankles at the same time. Yeah. So, yeah, no more sports. No more sports. Done getting injured. So I picked up, started taking French and getting into art instead. Took up just focusing on academics for some dumb reason. Actually, I can't even say I focused on them. Can't even say I focused on them that much. Like, I would do the little bit of homework I had when I got home from school some days when I had time, when I wasn't working. But like, there weren't that many classes I had a ton of homework in. And we do it pretty fast. Especially when I went to my friend's house and we did it together. We'd just knock it out real fast and then go about our day. But once I started driving, like, my day literally consisted of wake up, take my little brother to school, take myself to school, pick little brother up, go to work. Come home, fuck around on the computer, play video games, get maybe 2 hours of sleep, do it all again the next day. Like, That was about it. That's about all of high school. Like, for scheduling wise. Somehow, some way, there was a year, I think it might have been my freshman, sophomore year. I don't remember which year. I had a huge blowout with my mom where I know the end of the argument, told her to fucking go to hell. She told me if that's how I felt, I could get the fuck out. So I started packing my shit and getting the fuck out. And this is how I know things work in weird ass ways, because I was ready to walk my happy ass to the payphone, make a fucking call to get out of there. And I had the plan for where the fuck I was gonna go and where I was gonna stay. 2 people showed up. 2 people randomly decided to show up. Ruined all my plans for where I was gonna go and where I was gonna call and where I was gonna stay. Because it was my grandma and a close friend of the family. And they decided to put all of my shit in their vehicles and take me to my grandma's house instead. I was gonna call my aunt and end up at my aunt's house instead. It ended up working out anyways, because I spent the summer with my best friend. They go up north to like a summer camp type thing. Ended up being like her +1 for like the whole summer. So I ended up just doing that the whole time. At the end of the summer, my grandma's like, nah, you've had enough. You're going back to your mom. Doesn't matter, because that's where you gotta be for school, and you're not fucking missing out in school. You don't argue with grandma. So begrudgingly, with no apologies made, end up back with my mom. And back on the fucking loop of barely fucking sleeping and being the glorified babysitter with work. Only at this point, because the job I had closed down previously, I was now working at a different job. And taking my brother to and from daycare around work. So, good riddance to that. Whole summer off and the big blow up, and nothing actually fucking changed. So, whole lot of nothing for standing up for myself, to end up right back at square fucking one. Things continue down the way. I start skipping school and writing my own fucking notes because, well, a long time. Started in middle school. My mom learned I could forge her name and do it pretty well. She's like, you can write your own fucking notes from now on since you know how to do it. So I did. And I guess the ego got the best of me, and I decided I was writing. Autumn didn't want to come today. School called me out and said, we know your mom didn't write this note. And I go, well, my mom ain't written none of them. And they're like, well, looks like we're going to have a meeting with your mom. I'm like, good luck getting her to come. And they called my bluff. And we had a sit down with everybody, apparently. And they tried to, I guess we'll continue because we're out of time. But we'll continue this because it gets kind of fun.